this came up yesterday in that book club. I think I brought it up. It just sort of, I was very, very tired and just talking a blue streak. But like the potential for a model more in alignment than biotensegrity is always there. And biomechanics was a model that was a lily pad on the way to biotensegrity potentially, and maybe this is a lily pad on the way to something else. But I think there's this wonderful um, thing that happens when the model resonates more. And we know and we feel this, and I've said it a million times, and I think it was something that was said to me that felt so resonant to me when I was just beginning to learn about biotensegrity, was that it resonates my experience of being alive where biomechanics didn't. And so maybe there's something that will resonate that even more that has yet to emerge. But when the model aligns, then we feel it, we know it. There's something that happens that's greater than the model that we used to use that is in less alignment. So I think that's how we know we're like on the right path. Whatever's next, cool. If like we look back in time and go biotensegrity, oh my God, what were we thinking? Cool. But it resonated more.
Well, and to be fair, right? I'll use a machine model if I'm teaching a Taiji class, right? And I want somebody to raise their arm without effort, and I may say, okay, imagine there's a pulley here and somebody's pulling down on a rope behind you, and that's what makes the arm go up, to take the effort out, because it's an interaction that they're familiar with physically, right? Anybody who's pulled a flag up a flagpole knows that you can pull down to get something to go up, and to tap into their physical experience. And I'll say, of course, we're not built that way, but I mean, it doesn't mean we can't use a metaphor when we need it, as long as we know the limits of the model, the limits of the metaphor.
Can I yes and that? Yes and it's really, really hard to take a whole thing and make a metaphor out of it. Like there is such a pedagogical uselessness to saying everything is connected. It's true, but what do I do with that? So to simplify, and that's the function of a model, right? Simplify out all that complexity so we can examine an element in a little bit more simplicity, knowing that it's not that, knowing that it's actually complex, and listening for the complexity.
That's great, Jer. I really like that, Jeremy. That's good.
It's
Chris.
true. And I'm going to add another yes and. Everything's connected. And what do I do with that? You explore it.
Mm.
And that in itself will bring new discoveries. And perhaps, I mean, it would depend if you were with a group, how you frame the invitation to explore, because you could get people to explore it within a very specific, narrow intention or focus. Or you could just say, explore that, and then the coming together of those 3 people or 6 people or 10 people to share, what will we all learn? Because everybody brings their own a lifetime of experience to that exploration. Anyways,